That would be funny. Top 10 lists of meltdowns that
Nicki Minaj.
from Nicki Minaj.
As a short, will Nicki Minaj continue to chart or have a similar decline to Lil Kim?
Is Nicki Minaj more misogynistic than the worst male rappers? Not only that, you'll want to keep watching to find out, will Megan Thee Stallion take the crown as the new queen of rap? Stay tuned to find out who we think won the beef between Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. From the jump. Nicki Minaj is an incredibly talented rapper with a rabid fan base obsessed with her, just like Swifties are obsessed with Taylor Swift. Minaj is known for her musical versatility, dynamic rap flow, and alter egos. She first gained recognition for her mixtapes back in 2007 and 2009. Nicki Minaj's 2010 debut album, Pink Friday, topped the US Billboard 200 chart with a hit single called Super Bass, reaching number 3 on the US Billboard Hot 100 charts. It was later diamond certified. So if you never took Nicki Minaj seriously before or peeped out her music, she's a heavyweight and a force to be contended with. Her 2012 Pink Friday Roman Reloaded album was one of her first style switches as Nicki Minaj explored the dance pop genre with great success, topping the Billboard 200 with hit singles like Starships, which at the time of this recording is at 469 million views on YouTube. Her 2014 Pink Print that followed went back to her hip-hop roots, with the super popular single Anaconda that peaked at number 2 on the Hot 100 list. Nicki Minaj let us all know that she is still in the rap game. Anaconda went on to become the first music video by a solo female rapper to reach 1 billion views on YouTube. That's quite an accomplishment.
Before discussing Nicki Minaj's current fight for the top, we have to examine who laid the groundwork for her success. Nicki Minaj is not the first femc to make it big in the rap game. Before her, Lil Kim laid down the early blueprint that Minaj modernized with the Young Money camp. Lil Kim grew up in the streets of New York and freestyled as a teenager before being discovered in 1994 by the Notorious B.I.G. She then joined his rap group Junior Mafia and went certified gold with their debut album, Conspiracy. Lil Kim's 1996 debut album, Hardcore, went double platinum in March 2001 and sold more than 6 million copies worldwide. Lil Kim's singles from Hardcore included No Time, Not Tonight, and Crush on You. Hardcore had the highest debut in America for a female rap album at the time. Her following albums, The Notorious K.I.M. and The La Bella Mafia, were also certified platinum. In 2001, Lil Kim reached number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 100 with her single Lady Marmalade with Pink and Christina Aguilera. This song also won her a Grammy for Best Pop Collaboration with Vocals. So we're starting to see the blueprint emerge here that future female rappers adopted following Lil Kim's footsteps. And we can't forget to mention Lil Kim's genre mixing of hip hop and pop that Nicki Minaj later expanded on.
Not only that, but Lil Kim's outfits were controversial and inspired many female rappers that came after, including Nicki Minaj. Her sexual appeal was front and center and part of her brand, but historically, artists like Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, and Missy Elliott or Roxanne did not express sexuality to that degree. But unlike Nicki Minaj's music, it was not hypersexualized and focused more on women empowerment. Despite how great her record sales were, things were about to take a turn for the worse for Lil Kim. Real life interrupted paradise when Lil Kim served a 1-year prison sentence for lying to a jury about her friend's involvement in a shooting 4 years earlier. Just like Gucci Mane, Lil Kim released new music from jail. Her 4th album, The Naked Truth, was released while Lil Kim was behind bars and was well received by music critics. But afterwards, Lil Kim stopped making new music. It seemed like after massive amounts of plastic surgery and lacking Notorious B.I.G.'s cosign, Lil Kim was fallen by the wayside. But her progeny hasn't.
Of course, you can't talk about Nicki Minaj without discussing the Lil Wayne effect that came well before the Drake effect. Lil Wayne is famous for his punchlines and distinctive laid-back flow. As Shy Glizzy said in an interview with Complex Magazine, Lil Wayne wasn't the first with the melodic flow, but he wasn't afraid to use his voice in different ways, putting the craziest words and flows together. He wasn't scared to say what the fuck he wanted to say. Every artist that signed to the core of Young Money also seemed to have a longer shelf life. You even still see artists like Tyga making hits after his initial signing. When Nicki Minaj signed to Lil Wayne's Young Money Entertainment, did she become too big to fail? Or has she become so unhinged that it's jeopardizing her own success? And does that signal that the end is near?
Nicki Minaj sat down with Joe Budden, the former star of Complex Magazine's Everyday Struggle show and known for his hit single, Pump It Up. Joe Budden interviewed Nicki Minaj on Instagram Live. Nicki Minaj told Budden that despite their former friction, Minaj had great respect for Lil Kim as a trendsetter. Nicki Minaj even went on to say that Lil Kim should have been on the cover of Vogue magazine. What's also important to notice here is how well put together Nicki Minaj is. She's articulate, intelligent, and speaking deeply on hip-hop culture. Her conversation with Joe Budden went beyond simply flossing about how Nicki Minaj popularized pink wigs and big booties with female rappers. Fans even commented on how this interview showcased Nicki Minaj's intelligence, mindfulness, and the fact that she's cognizant of herself and her impact in the music industry. One fan even said this interview was showing her growth as not only an artist, but a human being as well. Her commentary on the culture also sparked an insightful comment from Joe Budden when he said that if you're the entrusted person to relay culture, you gotta lay on the floor and express the message, even if you have to die on that sword.
Nicki Minaj is unique because she appeals to both pop fans and hip-hop fans of multiple cultures. With an audience in both black and white communities, she is one of the most successful crossover artists of her generation, garnering fans worldwide. What made her so popular? Nicki Minaj's image was always very sexualized to the point where it almost feels like adults-only type content, not suitable for those under 18. She rigorously marketed this image with songs like Anaconda. Her weird style switches helped her stand out from other femcees in the same way Lil Wayne's different voices did, as well as Kendrick Lamar's use of various alter egos in his music, which you can hear on his song Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. While other artists like Drake have gotten heat about style switching to pop, Nicki Minaj has never faced criticism for doing the same thing. But why is that? Despite how well Nicki Minaj's interview with Joe Budden went, something still wasn't right.
Nicki Minaj has had complete meltdowns publicly, leaving even her most die-hard fans questioning her sanity. So what happened? Right now, Nicki Minaj is under fire for being married to a convicted sex offender. She is under fire for rapping with Tekashi 6ix9ine, who was also convicted for this type of crime, and she's criticized for endorsing and supporting her brother, who has been convicted and served time for sex crimes against a minor too. Hip-hop heads have even pointed out an old Lil Twist track featuring Nicki Minaj where she raps some pretty questionable lyrics about kids. Backlash from her own fans as well as the culture has left many asking, where did Nicki Minaj start to lose it?
Some say rap beefs with other female artists are causing Nicki Minaj to lose her mind. One of her first diss tracks was released back in 2007 when Nicki Minaj released her debut mixtape Playtime Is Over, featuring the song Dirty Money, on which she raps, "Tell that bitch with the crown to run it like Chris Brown," over the beat from Remy Ma and Fat Joe's song Yeah 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 from the Terror Squad's final album, True Story. Remy Ma, believing the verse was directed at her, ran up on Nicki Minaj during a release party. Remy Ma was later sentenced to 8 years in jail on charges of first-degree assault in May 2008 after shooting a friend of hers who allegedly stole several $100s from the rapper. During Remy Ma's time in jail, Nicki Minaj rose to fame. Later, Remy Ma won the 2017 BET Award for Best Female Hip Hop Artist, taking Nicki Minaj down a peg. Nicki Minaj took this very personally. The rap beef between Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj was of epic proportions. Minaj and Remy's beef was at an all-time high when Nicki Minaj took shots at Remy Ma when she was featured on Gucci Mane's track Make Love and also on Jason Derulo's Swallow song. Remy Ma responded with a 7-minute diss song titled Sheether, where she raps over Nas's infamous Jay-Z diss track, Ether. Remy Ma rap. And to be the queen of rap, you gotta actually rap. The whole industry knows that your shit is a rap. No, to be the queen of rap, you can't have a ghostwriter. And that's why this is my house, flow writer. Niggas done seen Drake penning, Wayne penning. And since your first boyfriend left, bitch ain't winning. Remy Ma clapped back with these hard-hitting lyrics, and Nicki Minaj was said to have lost the battle despite her response in the diss track, No Frauds. Hip-hop fans said, you can't lose a rap battle if you respond with the pop song.
It definitely didn't help when Cardi B joined forces with Lil Kim and Remy Ma when she came out. Remy Ma's Summertime Jam 2017 show was a complete diss against Nicki Minaj, and Remy brought out Cardi B during the show. When Cardi B's Bodak Yellow song hit #1, let me tell you, Nicki Minaj did not respond to that very well when at the time she was struggling to try to get to the top spot. When Nicki Minaj first came out, it's definitely worth mentioning that there were not as many female rappers in the scene. Now, under pressure to retain her spot at the top, Nicki Minaj seems to be cracking. It's also important to note that Nicki Minaj's approach to rap seems to embrace misogyny, perhaps even more than some of the worst male rappers do. It feels similar to the same way some black cops feel they have to be harder on black people to prove their alliance to the white cops who racially profile black people. This doesn't change the fact that Nicki Minaj is an insanely talented rapper when it comes to delivering lyrics, regardless of if she wrote them or if Lil Wayne's Young Money team wrote them. But is she now going insane?
You may not know this, but Nicki Minaj physically fought Cardi B at the Harper Bazaar's Icon party for New York Fashion Week. Cardi B says she fought Nicki because Minaj had dissed Cardi B's daughter. Everyone took Cardi B's side. And after this beef, it appeared that Nicki Minaj's mental health started getting worse. Nicki and Big Lotto had a rap beef in 2023 after Nicki Minaj's Super Freaky Girl was pulled from the rap category in the Grammys and put into the pop category. Nicki Minaj has called the Grammys a scam, and there may be some truth to that given the recent award she was given for Barbie World for Best Rap Song with Ice Spice, and then it was taken back and given to Killer Mike. When Big Lotto's Big Energy was Grammy nominated for the rap category, Nicki Minaj became furious. And yet audiences took Lotto's side, with Nicki Minaj losing another rap beef battle. Has Nicki Minaj become what she once called Lil Kim during their rap beef? A bitter, old, washed up rapper?
It's getting crazier by the second with Nicki Minaj. The crown for being the queen of rap has been claimed by Lil Kim, Remy Ma, Nicki Minaj, and Cardi B, but is it now being handed to Megan Thee Stallion? Rap beef between Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj seems to have damaged Nicki Minaj's mental health to a dangerous degree. There wasn't always beef between Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. They rapped together on Megan's 2019 single Hot Girl Summer that peaked at number 11 on Billboard 100. After Megan did the WAP song with Cardi B, it appeared that the relationship between Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj was fractured. While we don't have time to cover the entire range of the Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj beef, it is vital to talk about what has happened after the recent Megan Thee Stallion Hiss single that reached the number 1 spot. The Hiss track took aim at many targets, including Nicki Minaj and her husband, Kenneth Petty. In the song, Megan Thee Stallion rapped, "These hoes don't be mad at Megan, these hoes mad at Megan's Law." Now, for those who don't know, Megan's Law is a law that says a neighborhood has to be notified if a convicted sex offender was going to move into it. This line seems to be aimed at Nicki Minaj's husband, who was convicted for rape when he and the victim were both teenagers and served prison time for it. After Hiss was released, Nicki Minaj went on Instagram Live, ranting incomprehensibly to her fans about hating Megan Thee Stallion. During the Instagram Live video, Nicki Minaj previewed her diss track titled Bigfoot in response to Megan Thee Stallion's Hiss song, firing back at Megan Thee Stallion and referencing Megan Thee Stallion being shot in the foot.
Bad bitch, she like 6 foot. I call her Bigfoot. The bitch fell off. I said, get up on your Bigfoot.
I said, bitch, rapping like a poem being said, beef. A rapper like a poem being pimp, so he said, rap more than being pimp. A women gonna rap like a big person, say, slate. I saw the boom buzz, roll the boom, boy, and pimp slate.
She continued to tease Megan while posting a photo of her manicured feet and liking fan tweets clowning the Houston rapper. Megan Thee Stallion never gave Minaj the satisfaction of a public reaction to the diss, but shared a photo of herself hysterically laughing on her Instagram story. Fans of both Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion universally responded that Hiss won this battle hands down. That may also be because at the end of Bigfoot, Nicki Minaj talks psychopathically about her hatred of Megan Thee Stallion without any music in the background. Nicki Minaj kept dissing Megan's mother, who died unfortunately from brain cancer, and kept threatening to release quote-unquote secrets about Megan, as well as saying that Megan didn't want to hear the follow-up track. Hip-hop audiences theorized that this mental breakdown was also drug-fueled, and agreed, given how bad this track was for Bigfoot, no one wanted to hear the follow-up. After Hiss was released, Nicki Minaj launched a media onslaught against Megan Thee Stallion and continued to attack the Houston rapper with lines like, "Megan's Law, for a free beat you can hit Megan raw."
Megan Thee Stallion's Hiss track hit the #1 spot on the Hot 100 dated February 10th, 2024. Megan tweeted, "Let's keep going hard and staying positive," after the news broke that her song had debuted in the top spot. This makes Megan Thee Stallion one of only 2 female rappers so far to debut 2 songs at the top of the charts. The other femc was Nicki Minaj. Speaking of female rappers, what do you see for the future of femcs? Will Megan Thee Stallion eventually take the crown from Nicki Minaj as the queen of rap? It's important to recognize the many female rappers who came before Nicki Minaj and coexist with her in this same lane. Despite Nicki Minaj's manic fan base, it may be time to ask the question, will she have to finally give up the throne? And with all the hungry femcs out there, if Nicki continues to slip, her spot might not be permanent.
Who do you think is a better rapper, Nicki Minaj or Megan Thee Stallion?
We're from the jump.
Subscribe.